So God lets you go through some things to keep you safe.
Thank you, Lord.
He wants to shield you from what is called the seduction of success.
Amen. That's real.
How many know somebody that they were better off when they didn't have money? How many know somebody they were better off? Let me finish the statement so you guys really catch it. How many know somebody that when they didn't have their success, when they didn't have their money, when they didn't have it going on, they were better off because now that they seem like they have it going on, it's almost as if they've changed and as if they've changed for the worse. I know people that they were better off in their days when they didn't have much.
That's right.
Because they were humble and they had a prayer life and they had a study life and they were nice. And how many know it's important to be nice, but it's more, it's nice. How many know that it's nice to be important, but it's more important? So there's a reason why you have passed through so much.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
And once you've gone through that time allotment, and you can't rush it. Because it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the... It didn't say you're going to run through it. Raise your hand if you agree that can't nobody lie to you like you can lie to you.
That's real.
It's true. We convince ourselves of things all the time. We convince ourselves that we're not mad at people. We convince ourselves that after you've gone through, and there is an established amount of time, Lois. There's an established amount of time. It's already established, Richard. At a certain point, and you can't rush it.
That's for sure.
Because there's something that you're supposed to learn during that process. But within an established amount of time, depending on if you've learned what you need to learn. Because what's the point of passing you to the next level if all you're going to ask yourself, well, why isn't my ministry moving? And why is my life not moving? And why is it just the same cycle, the same situation year after year? After time, there's supposed to be some type of growth or progress or something. Whatever has been trying to take you off course, whatever's been trying to stop you, whatever's been trying to hinder you, whatever's been trying to assassinate you, get rid of you, if you can learn what you need to learn, and if you can endure what needs to be endured, and if you can come up to par, eventually God's going to judge what's been trying to take you out. And guess where the judgment's going to come from? It's going to come right through you. Which means eventually you're going to have the authority and the power to remove it out of somewhere. The area where you are challenged is the area which will become your strength. So if you've been challenged in the area of finances, not only will you eventually overcome and find victory, but then what happens is you bear that anointing and that mantle to help other people find victory in their lives. Ultimately, what you want to be raised up to do is you want to ultimately be raised up to make what God made happen for you happen for someone else. What you make happen for others, God will make happen. I have seen a lot of people that have it going on or whatever the case might be, but they have no etiquette. Kanye West stepping up on the stage, confronting Taylor Swift. That's what you call no etiquettes, and that's when the president calls you a jacket. You know what? Almost said it too. Without pain leads to perversion. This is the reason why you have to hurt in your life, because eventually your passion is going to make you. David's passion was throwing rocks. You laugh, but it made him famous.
That's right.
You get good enough at it, sooner or later, your time is going to come where you're going to have a date with destiny. And if you play your cards right, it'll make you famous. Because see, what happens is, while nothing's happening for you, the enemy tries to convince you that it's never going to happen. So then sooner or later, you start to become weary and well-doing, and then you don't take your call serious, and you don't take your destiny serious, and then you allow all these people to go in and out of your life that have been sent purposely to your life to make sure that you never reach your destiny. Do you know that God has ministering angels that are assigned to look after you? Do you know that the enemy has escorts that are assigned to escort you away from your destiny?
Amen.
And these escorts will show up in the form of human beings, un-God-ordained connections in your life. And then you wonder why your life's not going anywhere. And a lot of times it's not you, it's the people that we allow to enter our life. Sometimes when you're not moving, your dream is not moving, when nothing's happening for you, you have to do an inventory of what's going on around you and who you're linked to. Your associates and your friends and the people that you have in your life are like buttons on the elevator. They determine if you go up or down. You're going to get what's been promised to you. The question is, how long is it going to last? You're going to get what's been promised. The money's going to come. Relationship's going to come, house going to come, car going to come. Everything will eventually. God keeps good on His promises. The question is, how long are you going to have? God loves us all the same, but He rewards us all differently.
Yes, He does.
Yes, it is performance driven. I'm sorry to tell you, it is performance driven. What you're willing to put out, what you're willing to do, is what's going to be reaped and what's going to be made manifest. I'm not telling you that you do it by works and you do it by strength, but there is a protocol. You know, the most frustrating place in the most frustrating place in life is when you've got something. When you've got something and no one will recognize it. Oh, I know that place.